Shalom, welcome to Out of Africa Torah Session. My name is Tatrua Cohen, and this week we have a double Torah portion of this week, and this happened to be Behar on the mount, and also Bechukotai, by my regulation. So interesting, it's very clear as it says. Of course, on the mount, it's a very interesting Torah portion. We are given a lot of things and details, the Sermon on the Mount if you want. But then today I want to speak to you briefly on Bechukotai, which is by my regulation. And of course, this is a very interesting Torah portion from my understanding. Why? Because it gives us the details of what's in the ketubah, the contract, the written contract of the relationship. It's more like the marriage certificate between Israel and the God of Israel. And of course, here he begins to state, you need to live like this, you need to behave yourself like this, and so forth. It's so interesting. I always tell most of the people around me that we were saved so that we can obey, not that we obey to be saved like many people have it today. But this is a very interesting Torah portion, considering that here we get to understand what we are getting into, and that this relationship is a very serious relationship. And not only that, the nature of God is also revealed in this Torah portion, because we begin to see the elements, like a husband, the elements of jealousy in this Torah portion. So he lists things that annoy him, things he doesn't tolerate, things that he would want to be done so that the relationship can continue. But he also states something very gruesome to say, if you fail to do these things, then there is no covenant between God and the God of Israel. In other words, we will have a problem. We will fail to be together. So what will he do? He will punish. He also say, at my party, I will keep part of my covenant to this ketubah, as it is known among the Jewish people. So what am I saying to you in short? Like I said, I'm only talking about Bechukotai, by my regulations. These are very important regulations because, like today, if you take it, especially amongst the Messianic movement, we have entered in the kingdom of God. And the kingdom of God, in simple terms, is God's domain. In other words, this is the area where God's will is supposed to be done. Not only God's will, this is the area or the domain which God is supposed to be seen in power, exercising his rulership above everything. Not only that, but this should also be, showing within our lives that we are in God's domain. So it's quite interesting that when you look at this Torah portion, Bechukotai, we are actually given all the rules and the regulations on how we can make it to continue this relationship. Not only the relationship, but how we can make it so that we remain in this kingdom. We remain in God's domain. So what am I saying in short? Go and do what the king wants so that you can remain in relationship with the king. You can remain in relationship with the God of Israel. Go and keep your vows, and it will go well with you. Thank you, and Shabbat Shalom all.